Well, the 360degreebolt.com revolution in steel frame construction. The Aussie, the former president, won a Group A championship many years ago, stepped up into super boats, and this brand new package out of the Sprint Tech garage down there on the South Island. And Teddy Sagidis, he's one of those guys to watch. He's a very aggressive style of driver, loves to throw the boat in when he starts getting on race pace. And at the moment, just easing it up there. Got a little bit wide, run the tyres up in front of the commentary there.
He did, mate, but I'm actually really impressed with the way Stevie, Harry and Teddy's taking the business here, because he's just slowly easing his way into it, nice and calm, beautifully out of the hairpin, winds up that big block. That just loves it when you hear that purr.
Oh, gee, I tell you, that hairpin, that's probably the best I've seen Teddy do a hairpin like that. Traditionally, he comes in a bit ragged. And I think this early pace that he's got on, while not full pace, he's working really well for him. So maybe the distraction of having his partner's kids over here is working really well. Oh, that's not a bad run. A little bit of a pop in there.
Yeah, 53.195. I think he'd be very happy with that, Teddy. He's gone to the top of the board. He's the first one on the board, obviously, so he'd be happy to be at the top. But I don't think he'd be too disappointed with that run. That was a good, clean run.
Yeah, absolutely it was. A little bit untidy going up into the sweeper on that. But, of course, as we continue to say, we only in qualifying two. These areas are the areas that the drivers will be working on. A lot of these guys have engine analysis systems. They can check out their tracking on the track itself when they get back to the trailer. But now we cast our eyes down to Rex Bryant.
In the roar. He's not scared of this thing. He'll get straight up it. He just carries on his work every run. Been out of the game a little bit, old Rexy, but great to see him back. Look at that big shark's mouth on the front.
Yeah, it looks really good, that, doesn't it? So Amanda Kiddo doing the navigational duties, the 410 sprint car engine. Gee, you could see him working hard on the wheel going up the front straight there, really wide out of that hairpin.
No, he's certainly getting on to the old pace and going about his work very early in the piece. Down to the hairpin, money corner, as we all know. Lovely out of that.
Tiny, geez, I tell you what, he eased it down beautifully, and this is one of the things that we'll see during the day. Some of the teams will be easing it off very, very early, get the boat set up to make that hairpin stick. Others will be coming in hot, and there's no real correct way of doing it.
Yeah, down the straight for the big finish. Rexy's looking good. So there you go, 52.891. That was a big improvement on his first run, so I think Rexy's just winding up slowly. Knocked Teddy for a little bit.
Boat number 55 there in the roar. The white pointer, of course, Rex Bryant, the builder of white pointer boats. And, geez, I tell you what, he turns out some fantastic fishing boats, doesn't he?
Absolutely. I mean, these boats that he cranks out up in Gizzy, you see them all around the traps. I've seen some monsters up in Taranaki, and gee, they're like $150,000 boats. So sort of very, very nice fishing boat. If you're a serious fisherman, white pointer boats.
Absolutely. As we go to Pip and Poppy, Pip Thompson from Hawke's Bay, Poppy from Yopio, and look, these girls, the only all-girl superboat team in the world of jet sprinting. And look, we're going to see some big things from these. These girls are already speeding up. They've got a lot more confidence in their second rotation already in the 6.2 litre LSA. Sorry, the Stinger hull. How's the hairpin go? Pip Thompson, very, very nice indeed.
You can tell by the throttle response, she's very smooth. She's kept it on it. She's really looking to up her pace. For only a second run out today, this is a great run by Pip so far.
And really to go through that combination left-right before the hairpin over here at mouth fresh. Eased it off very nice, got it through there unscathed. The run for home.
56.406. She'll be happy with that. That was a minute plus, I think, earlier on, so very, very good run.
As the boat was coming down towards the finish line, it looked a little bit flighty there.
Yeah.
What was going on there, do you think?
She was a bit ginger up the top corner there. I think she took it a bit tight and basically had to recorrect her line. So I think what's happened is she just cost herself a good second up the top end of the course. And I think the flightiness was just her coming back on and maybe a bit of indecision. So
yeah, righto. Yeah. No, that sounds good, mate. As we go to the downward dog of Darren, the one-eyed navigator, Toddy, and, of course, a Baden Grey boat, 434, and it is a 434 twin-turbo, the Specialist.
Prosper Mortgages, Baden Gray, mortgage broker from Auckland. Obviously pretty busy up that way. We all know the old Jaffa land is a great place to get a house. He's not mucking around here.
No, certainly not. And the amount of work this pair have done on this boat, wow, that right-hander through there, so very, very smooth. Baden Gray stepping up from the Group A into the unlimited category. And wow, he just seems to be enjoying it so much. Well, a little bit
slippery down there.
Yeah, bogged down.
Just on a bit early, but hey, he's certainly making himself, he's tidy everywhere else. So that would have cost him a good second there. He can bring it home strong here. He'll be still up again.
Of course, Darren Todd, the workshop manager at Vickers Aircraft. So, look, these guys in this run for home, how's it going to look? Baden not pushing it through the line, but a 52.421. So that is a good run for Baden Gray, quicker than Rex Bryant by 0.47 of a second.
Yeah, no, I think Baden will be going back to the trailer. I mean, he eased off even coming down the back straight here. So, I don't know, great finish. Listen to this. Here we go.
This is the meaner machine. I love it how you can feel the vibration of this coming through the commentary floor. It gives the, well, it adds a little bit of a tickle on the way through all the way, doesn't it?
Just a wee bit, a little bit of fresh air going through. Here she comes, you hear a roar.
Richard Murray, Joe Rathbone. This is his home track. Did an interview with Richard early this morning, and a lot of people think that because this is his home track, he just gets out there and practices every afternoon after work. That is not the case, I can assure you. We always need, it's a dangerous sport, which is why we've got our safety crew, and you're not about to go out and just have a bit of a play on your own with 1,500 plus horsepower at your hands.
Nailed that hairpin. He's really looking to dial one up here. Richie's on the gas pedal. Everything's going good for him so far. 3 quarters to go and he's bringing it home.
Oh, I can smell the methanol. Oh, good time, 51.889, quicker than Baden Gray.
Slowly but surely they're lifting the pedal up, but that is certainly one boat to watch, especially if you're all you local Wonga Vegas people. The meaner machiner. You can't get much harder than that.
Well, Richard Murray, of course, when he won the New Zealand Championship in the Group A category a number of years ago, won the Wanganui Sportsman of the Year as well. So very accomplished in a lot of areas.
Oh, look, Paddy Dillon, who used to pilot that boat a couple of seasons ago, it's always been an excitement machine. It's one of those boats that a lot of people come to watch.
All right, Dave Simmons now out on track. This is the Blue Flame, the boys from Hawke's Bay. John Berry doing the navigational duties. Now, after the entertainment's over today, ask John Berry how he disposes of wild goats. It's an interesting story, nothing that we can broadcast, I can guarantee you that, Trek.
I'll tell you what, Dave's train of thought at the moment, he'll be thinking about that 56 that Pip Thompson just put on the board as partner. So Dave's first goal here will be coming at least a 55, but I'll tell you what, nicely around that headband. There's 1 second he just saved.
Yeah, absolutely. Just feathered that accelerator on the way out. A lot of guys and girls want to stab the accelerator out of there. Provides too much power to the drivetrain and just spins the impellers. Dave Simmons there spun it a little bit out of that mouth fresh hairpin on the far side of the track though, and
lost power.
Big
What's
power drop.
Yeah, we might have a bit of a problem on board there. I think he's obviously lost a bit of oil pressure or something's going on with the pro-charged outlet. We've got a little bit of a flame there actually. We might have to keep an eye on that. I'm sure I can see something just behind his seat going there. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he got a time there of 57.254. Parks it up right near the fire crew. Well spotted, Leighton. You've seen what's going on there. That will be a methanol fire. Chewy, our chief race crew correspondent out there, just gently with a bucket. Of course, we can't see the flames during the day.
Yeah.
So the boys in that boat knew that it was on fire. You said it was on fire.
Yeah, mate. That methanol, you can't see it. What happens? You got a little bit of bad case of hot bum. Once you start coming in, you start melting into the seat, you sort of know things are going wrong. But done a lot of lot of racing with this methanol. I could see things weren't too right there, and you could actually see he come off the gas pedal and he was searching to get to dry land.
And really well done as well. Dave Simmons, obviously been in the sport for a number of years, went righto. I was expecting him to turn into the towards the spin-out pull there. He just went, nah, there's a problem here. We'll just drive straight towards our safety crew. They'll look after us, as they always do.
Always water in a drought, especially when we're standing in a creek. So good stuff, good thinking. Good on you, Dave.
Yeah, it's interesting, over the years you've seen some people jump out of burning methanol, whether it be cars or boats or whatever, and they jump out and they sort of start carrying on, and people go, oh, I wonder what he's doing. It's like he's just walked into a spider web, but in fact it's the methanol. And as we said, I remember actually a couple of years ago at Temora in New South Wales, Kiwi Daryl Hutton, who now resides in Australia, he got out of a boat and he's actually picked up a lady that was her first ride in a boat, literally throws her into the water. She has no idea what's going on, and Nutsy was trying to put the fire out with his eyebrows, and did a good job, got his eyebrows out but not the fire.
Yeah, I remember seeing that bit of that footage too. So yeah, Nutsy has been around for, he's probably online here watching today, but as you can see they're still a little bit concerned. These flames are you can't see them. That's the trouble with them. Normally you get an orange flame with anything burning in petrol, but with methanol it's a very, very light blue flame. You can hardly see it. In fact, they say fly spray is the only thing that you can see if you spray it or CRC, but I'm not sure that'll help or accelerate. So we'll see. The Stinger rescue boats come out. As we said earlier, this is a new boat they've just riverboat they put together. In fact, the guy they've come to rescue, Dave Simmons, is a bit of a story for the crowd. He actually designed this boat and did it all on CAD drawing and put it together. Dave's quite a handy man behind the computer. It was all welded up and put together by Stinger boats themselves, but it was actually all designed. It's a awesome riverboat for crafting. So he probably not that chuffed that one of his designs is coming out to rescue him.
No, yeah, that's one thing you never ever want to see during a race meeting, is a rescue boat coming to your aid. It's always, nobody likes to see other competitors requiring rescue, but at the same time you feel a lot more comfortable when it's somebody else.
Absolutely.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, just got news regarding James Hayden, the navigator in the Ryco machine that we saw involved in a big accident only minutes ago, really. James Hayden got a little bit of concern about some concussion. Nothing dramatic by any way, shape or form. He will be going down to Wanganui Hospital just for a little bit of an observation check. So if you see the ambos coming down across the road where you are, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give them plenty of room, get out of their way. They're not going to be in a rush. It's just the making sure that everything is A-OK, and always better to get checked out than worry about it in 2 or 3 days if the headaches persist. So James got a little bit of concussion, and as always, to err on the side of caution, we'll just get him to visit the doctor. We'll take a short break while we wait for the blue flame. Well, actually, the blue flame was on fire. We just couldn't see the flame. So Dave Simmons and John Verry, hopefully that's not the end of the day. We'll be back soon. They're out. Okay, as we go back racing now, it will be Kevin Roberts and his daughter Claire in the Stinger machine. Now, the Nissan Twin Turbo will Kevin Roberts just gives it a bit of a squirt off the line, still coming to terms with the massive amount of horsepower at his disposal. And look, over the last year, I was giving Kevin a little bit of grief. You know, he was sort of driving like a grandma, and he said, you know what, mate, I don't care, I'm having a lot of fun, and that is really the right attitude to have. And while we might poke a little bit of fun at these guys and girls, we fully respect what they do. And Kevin Roberts just loves the sport, loves getting in and amongst it, and he's slowly just increasing, bringing those times down each and every time he presents himself to a track. Or grab the inside of the left-hander going reverse around the nut. Oh, he's all over the place. I'll tell you what, lucky the bloke doesn't have two hats and one head, because otherwise he'd be confused at the moment.
He's, I'd say he's having more fun than you can have with your pants on out there at the moment. He's trying to touch him. Oh, he's got up at there too. That's a nice little finish, a little tay-tay-tay right on the end there. And after all that, he didn't even register a time. I think we had a transponder problem there.
No transponder, right. So Kevin Roberts will need to find a transponder. But look, again, it's shut down after the line, vagued out a little bit, clipped the inside of the tyres at the bottom of the Fowler Holmes Island there, and was lucky to save it.
He's an excitement machine, I tell you. Great to watch, keep an eye on him all day. Speaking of excitement machines, Nick Berryman, he was certainly put down a big time earlier on in the day. Listen to this Whipple, he'll fair get it thundering around here. Not here to muck around, driving ever so good, old Nick. He's improving every year I see him out here.
This Whipple Supercharger is just an amazing machine. Nick Berryman was the fastest in Q1. What is he going to do here? At the moment, he's looking very, very positive, looking full on, and very, very excited about what's going on. Tanya Imunger has done a lot of navigational duties over the years for a lot of different teams. So she's doing a wonderful job sitting right in alongside Nick Berryman. And Nick Berryman squeezes between Stinger, Mouthfresh and Fowler Holmes around the left-hander, the reverse way around the nut. Now back down the straight and into the finish. It's going to be a good time. And Nick Berryman straight to the top of the table with a 50.176. Nick Berryman has just pulled out a corker. This is qualifying round number 2, ladies and gentlemen, and Nick Berryman, 2 runs in a row straight to the top of the table.
Cracker. I mean, you can certainly hear that motor singing. I don't know what's left in that Whipple, because he's really up it early on in the day, and he's certainly come with the old bit between the teeth. Rusty one, Aaron Hansen. 500 cubic inch, small block. He seems to warm into his work, Aaron. He gets quicker and quicker as the day goes on.
Yeah, look, Julian Shank's doing the navigational duties, and he's gone the wrong way.
Yeah, we've got a nav area here. He's all over. I don't know if she's going to get him back on. It's going to be a bit of work and blow his time out completely here. Be really disappointed. Now he's back on track.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's thrown about 15 or more seconds onto his time, so he won't be happy about that at all. But the good thing is he's found the correct rotation. Now the interesting thing, very wide around there. Thought he was going to rub the tyres, only missed by millimetres.
Yeah, not normally when you come out wrong, go the wrong way and blow a bit of time. It does rattle you. It can. You keep trying to push, but sometimes you end up a bit more damaged than what you want to. So it's probably better to pull out of it and just bring it home safe.
Yeah, that's right. We do see, as you mentioned, Leighton, we do see a lot of problems with people once they go the wrong way. So we'll get back to you with a time for Aaron Hansen, but it's certainly not going to bother anybody at the top of the leaderboard during qualifying round number 2. We see a lot of guys, they get the rotation incorrect, and then all of a sudden they really start chasing that time, and as soon as you start chasing it, problems occur.
Yep, it all starts coming up behind you, catching up with you, and generally you think, why am I doing this? Because really, what am I chasing? It's all over Mary Wipey League. Here we go. Scotty Donald.
Nicole Reesby is doing the navigational duties. The boat is wicked and wild. The 510 Dart engine in there, the Sprint Tech hull, the Scott 8.5-inch jet unit. We won't see Scotty Donald breaking speed records during this run. Another one of those guys tends to just ease it up as the day progresses. Just waiting for starters' orders to get them underway. They've been given the green light.
Yeah, nice and easy up that top end. Scotty not pushing too hard yet. He will later on in the day. He just wants to get that rotation right. Putting the gas down a little bit more, just gently nudging it as he comes around. A little bit lifty out of that top. Nicely around the back end of the track. Now down to the hairpin. Let's see what he can do down here. Everything looking good with the rotation. Lovely out of the hairpin. Beautiful finish out of the hairpin.
I'll tell you, that was pinpoint accurate. Another couple of centimetres further to the right, and he was going to be in all sorts of trouble. But very, very well done indeed there from Scott Donald. Or just pinned it a little bit hard on the accelerator out of the mouth fresh hairpin. But now into what's a finish. We get a little bit of crosswash coming through here. Scott Donald threw that very nicely, and a 54.361 there for Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby, and puts him into P6 at the moment.
Certainly warming into his work there, Scotty. He started out quite slow. The second part of the track, I thought he put on the pace very well. He drove it home nice after that hairpin.
Yeah, look, he's
a respectable time.
Yeah, the way he goes about it is always very, very interesting. He's then what we'll see later in the day with Scotty is you'll go right, the first third of the lap will be quite quick, then you'll ease it down in the middle third, then come home quite hard, and then he starts stitching it all together.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to Mad Dog Rob Coley, Mr. Mouthfresh, and his wife Ange sitting right in alongside him.
Sir Rob the Third, 111. Here he comes, out of the gate. Let's see him go. Never scared to get up this thing.
705 cubic inches. You can put a Ford Laser engine into one of the pistons in this boat.
Not mucking around, making a nice job, looking very good out there so far. Ange doing a great job of getting him around the track. See how he goes down this hairpin.
Got off at big time.
Yeah. Don't know whether he had a reverse bucket problem there or anything. It just all of a sudden nosedived.
Yeah, I think he, I would have a guess to say that he got right off the accelerator. Oversteered it. Now he's chasing it. This is Rob Coley from yesteryear.
He's got a bit of the red mist on now. He probably just needs to calm it down a bit.
Yeah, something definitely going on there. That reverse bucket looks like it has just creeped down a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's got jet unit problems. Something's gone completely wrong, whether he's just broken a shaft in there, jet or a blade. He had some issues going on there the whole run. So definitely something, not engine-wise, but I would say he's either done a drive shaft or something in one of the blades. He's just idling in. Something's ripped up.
Yeah, just the way that boat took a nosedive, and a respectable time all the same with a 53.481. So look, let's hope that he can sort that out. He's got his hand up, we can see there. So the rescue crew will just go over there, perform the rescue of Rob and Ange Coley, and that'll be very disappointing if he's broken something in the drive shaft and through to the jet unit there.
He's normally brings a lot of spares, Rob, so I don't think it'll be the end of him. I'd say he's ripped a blade out. Something's gone wrong. The bucket didn't appear to come down, although the nose dived. So certainly as he took that last turn, you could see that it lost speed pretty quick, and definitely the motor sounded fine. So he's got a jet unit issue there somewhere.
Yeah, well, as he come past the finish line here, I sort of thought, wow, the way that just dived down a little bit. And but anyway, look, Rob Coley, as you said, well, he's a local man, so just whatever he doesn't have here, which he, as you said, he's got some expensive and extensive spare parts. What he doesn't have, he'll just have at home anyway, out of one of his 16 crashed boats, or however many he's crashed over the years.
Or even keep an eye out for a chopper flying in. You never know, he might need some parts in a hurry. So
yeah, that's right.
Sir Rob the Third will make it happen.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a short break as we effect the rescue of Rob Mad Dog Coley. All right, just quickly, we've got John Very here, the navigator of the Blue Flame. John, come over here. Yeah, geez, I tell you what, mate, you've got the barbecue going on, just you've got to come sort of in front of the camera here, so you're smelling a bit like a sausage. What's going on?
We got a bit peckish, but no, she's had a bit of a cook up, the old girl, unfortunately. Second time on this track, so not a great omen. Better luck next time. Build it and race it.
So that's it for the day?
Oh, I think so. We're just checking a couple of things out, but most likely it's maybe time for a beer cavey.
Well, that's a bit early in the day, mate, and very disappointing way to end the day. But, well, mate, look, you didn't have any marshmallows on hand to stick over the fire?
No, absolutely no fondue in that boat, that's for sure. But, yeah, we're quite disappointed because it was we were just starting to squeeze a little bit harder and the boat was feeling very strong.
Yeah, it was looking really strong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, they quite often go just the best before everything goes badly. So, unfortunately, that's what happened.
Right, now, you were doing what you do very well, just sitting beautifully in the boat as a navigator. You were doing a great job.
Oh, thank you very much, KB. I was sitting there as hard as I could, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's John Very. And, mate, let's hope we hear some good news out of you guys and you're back on track and not in front of the commentary tower supping on beer.
I appreciate that, KB. Thanks a lot, matey.
See you, mate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, John Very, Dave Simmons, fairly shy when it comes to getting himself on the big screen, so he was hiding around the corner. We're just waiting for the rescue of the mouth fresh machine, and we'll be back racing in a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear the fire in the engine of Blake Bryant and Kate Hoogerbrug. Bars, bugs, the Stinger hull with the GM Motorsport LS 512 cubic engine power plant. And these guys, the bright green helmets, and his bars, bugs, green. The boat looking resplendent on the water. Blake Bryant, one of those guys that just does absolutely everything, moves things by millimetres, and the boat looking really nice out there at the moment on the water. And of course, these guys from Gisborne, Blake Bryant, the farmer, Kate Hoogerbrug, the sales manager for Seafruit. And wow, that hairpin, very nicely done. Reverse the way around the nut. Come back down towards commentary, into the left and right combination. Eased it down nicely. Opened up that hairpin around mouth fresh. wide around there, and very, very nicely done. This is going to be a very tidy lap for Blake Bryant without pushing it too hard. And Blake Bryant with a 51.344 into P2 behind it, Nick Berryman. So a really nice run there for the Bars Bugs team from Gisborne. Of course, Harvest Transport, Andrew Harvey, spray painters on board there as well. So Blake and Kate will be very happy with that. Of course, recently engaged, announced their engagement, had been over in Europe, bought the ring in Florence. They'd been sitting on it a little while, announced their engagement, so they will forever be known as the Hooger Bryants. I don't know how clearly that is going to translate down the track, but that doesn't really matter. What the commentator says goes, because as we know, gods can't change history, but tour guides and commentators can. Sam Newdick now, Glenn Mason in the Mount Fresh Super Boats. This is PSP Racing, Suntough, Clearview, Drainage Systems, Biolytics, Magnum Automotive, GJ Gardner Homes and Newdick Sheet Metals. And Sam Newdick looking brilliant out there at the moment, bringing the neck of the 572 cubic inch Kendrick, and this boat sitting beautifully at the moment. Of course, Sam Newdick and Glenn Mason have been pairing up for a number of years, and in fact have taken a couple of New Zealand titles in both the Group B and the Group A categories as well. Stepped up into the Unlimited Superboat last year, found themselves second overall in the championship, and wow, what a debut season it was last season for these guys from Hamilton, and we look forward to seeing what they've got to offer here. This is a nice run by Sam Newdick, straight to the top of the table with a 49.009, and it looked as though he wasn't even trying.
No, mate, as we said earlier on, we're going to start to see these times tumble. And Sam, super smooth, Newdick, he just makes it look so easy.
Oh, doesn't he? It's almost like he's just got his arm out the window for a Sunday drive.
No, it's good. And like I say, this will lift up. That'll go, the little signals will go to Pete. They'll see a few eyebrows raised and whatnot on the trailers back here, and he'll know Sam's ripped one out. So let's see what Pete can do.
Yeah, Peter Cowie, of course, Team NZ, Trojan Trailers and Total Oils and Lubricants, of course. Well, there's, you know, you could talk all day about this bloke. He's just won so much over the years. Been competing for, 25 years now, and is at the top echelon of the sport. There is no doubt about that. So he just plays the game. Well, he's out. I wonder if that time that Sam Newdick has said has actually got into Peter Cowie's head, because Peter Cowie's gone the wrong way and parked it up. Unusual by Peter Cowie. We haven't seen that in a very, very long time. Peter Cowie and Sharma Putranui parking it up in that part of the course. Maybe that time that Sam Newdick put down has set the demons into Peter Cowie's head. Wow, so the pressure showing on multiple world champion, multiple New Zealand champion Peter Cowie. We have a look at the replay. It went the wrong way. That was the cause of that issue. So the professional that he is, along with Sharma and the NZ team, they'll be going back over that and having a bit of a look to see where everything went wrong, as we see the Stinger rescue boat going out there once again to effect a rescue. So the Stinger rescue boat has certainly had its work early in today, and that rounds out qualifying round number 2 across all 3 classes. In the unlimited category, it was Sam Newdick with a 49.009, 1.165 seconds. Beyond that was Nick Berryman. Then it was Blake Bryant in the Bars Bugs team machine, Richard Murray in the Mina machine, Baden Gray, Rex Bryant, Ted Segutis, and a lot of DNFs there, including Rob Coley and Peter Cowie, of course. That is a big one for the books, Leighton.
Dave the Sausage Simmons. I mean, there is a couple of guys that are going to be out of it, not come back. I don't think we'll see Dave back with that fuel problem in his boat. Pete will definitely see back. Rob Coley, you'll see the parts fly in, but it's starting to thicken up.
already qualifying too. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've got friends and family around town, they're either hooking into the live stream, but there's nothing like being on course, smelling the methanol, of course, methanol, the aftershave of rev heads right around the world. Get the smoke signals happening, text messages, do whatever, get a runner into town. Those Ethiopians are pretty quick, get them going. They're pretty good at marathons. They can duck in and out of town, pass the word around, get onto the town crier, bring them all down here. We'll take a short break. We're about to go qualifying round number 3 in the Group B category as soon as Peter Coey gets back on the trailer.